everyone, welcome back to Megan's Creative Arts. Today I have this beautiful crisscross blanket for you. It's a little hard to see with this black, but these cross over each other. That's why I'm calling it the crisscross. And this is a 2-row repeat, so we'll be doing a double crochet row and then our crisscross row. And this is done with 2 different yarns together, plain black, and then I have a multicolor variegated yarn, kind of a thinner yarn. And I kept the end out here so you can see what the 2 yarns look like. But this one is about 30 inches wide. I used a 6mm hook. It has a pretty straight edge and it does look the same on both sides. For this one I am going to do a border just to make it a little more special, and we will go ahead and get started. Oh, it's 30 inches wide and 50 inches long right now. And I will use a better color to show you how to do this one. So we're going to start with our slip knot. And if you are interested in this particular color, this is the Big Twist Teal. It's a medium weight acrylic. I'm using a 5.5mm hook. Go. Okay, so for this one I did 126 chains. You can do any amount of chains you want as long as they are an even number. Oop. 15. So I'm just doing 20 chains as our little sample today. So starting from your hook, we don't count this loop. We're going to skip 1, and skip 2, and do a double crochet into the 3rd chain from our hook. And we're going to do a double crochet on each chain all the way down. So this is kind of like a foundation row. And in case you're interested, the chain 2 does count as a double crochet. That's only on the first starting chain, the first row. Okay. So go ahead and continue to do a double crochet all the way down, and I will meet you at the end of your first row. Okay, I am at the end of my first row. To turn, we're going to chain one and just turn our work. Now this chain one does not count as anything other than a turning chain, and I'm going to go into my very first stitch and do a double crochet. So now here comes the crisscross. So I'm going to skip one and do a double crochet into the next stitch. And here's where we criss and cross. So now I'm going to do a double crochet into the skipped chain or skipped stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that skipped stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, go through two, yarn over, go through two. So I'm still doing a double crochet, it's just crossing back over into the skip stitch, and we're going to continue this across. So I'm going to skip one and do my double crochet, and then do a double crochet into my skipped stitch. Again, skip one, double crochet, and cross back over and do a double crochet into the skipped stitch. So this gives it some texture. We're just going to continue across all the way to the end. And we are actually not going to be using our turning chain right there. So we're just going to do a double crochet into the very last stitch. We're not using those turning chains. This is what 2 rows will look like. Chain 1 and turn, and we're going to repeat row 1. So we're going to just do a double crochet in every stitch across. So depending on how many you chained, I did 20 chains, so I should have 18 stitches all the way across because we skipped 2 for our very first row. So depending on how many stitches, how many chains you did, you should have the same number of chains minus 2. Now this is something that you could do like a variegated yarn, kind of like I did, a self-striping yarn, or you can stripe it yourself. You could do every row, every other row, whatever you would like your project to look like. And it does look cute also as a solid color, as you're seeing right now. Right, so there's 3 rows look like. And again, chain 1, turn. You're going to put a double crochet into the very first stitch, then skip 1, double crochet, and then double crochet around and into your skipped stitch to make that crisscross pattern. Very simple, easy 2-row repeat. This will definitely impress some of your friends and family. They'll probably look at this project and wonder how you got that crisscross pattern in there. Pull a little more yarn out there. And certainly practice this, take your time. For the blanket I did, it took me a few days. Of course, I only get a few hours sometimes to work on them. But this is what 4 rows will look like. It's the same on both sides. If you want to give it a little more texture, when you do your double crochet row, you can just do the back loops, back loops only. So to do back loops only, you're going to look at the top and only go through that back loop. And this will give your project a little more texture. I did the back loops only on my project. I thought it gave it a little more. It's hard to see on the camera, but this is a regular and this is a back loop only. So you'll see how it kind of works. Now, if you do that, one side will be the front side and one side will be the back side. You're only doing it on your double crochet rows, not on the crisscross rows. There. You can kind of see how it gives it a little more texture. Again, this is the back. Can't really tell on this side that I'm doing back loops only on row 5 there. But I hope you guys enjoy this project. It is fun to do, and it certainly adds a little more to your blankets or other projects that you're doing. I will see you in the next video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Bye.